Вітаю вас на нашому новому дистанційному уроці. Ви коли-небудь могли подумати, що на урок можна прийти у піжамі? Наші уроки саме такі. Ба більше, вони при цьому надзвичайно корисні та цікаві. Тож беріть свої ручки і почнемо.
So, hello everyone. My name is Maria Sosnovska and I teach English to students of Odessa Gymnasium number 5. So, before we start, make sure you have a notebook, a pen, a tablet or your phone. Ready? Then let's start. I've got a question to you. What do you want to be? Have you ever imagined a perfect job for yourself? What would you choose? Take a few seconds and think. Any ideas? While you are thinking, I suggest listening to some wonderful kids. I bet they will help you generate an idea or two.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be... Hey, I never thought of that. Let me think about that. Whoa.
I want to be a teacher when I grow up.
Elementary teacher. I like little kids.
A babysitter.
A pastor.
Dolphin trainer.
I want to be a lawyer.
Lawyer.
Pilot. Pilot. And a dad. A pilot racer dad. Scientist. Paleontologist. YouTuber. Movie star.
A famous actor.
Actor.
On stage.
On TV.
On Disney Channel.
Or commercials. I gotta be a model.
I'll work it.
If I want a model, I'll just be a policeman. Police officer. A cop. I want to car chases. Catch bad guys. A superhero. Batman. Spider-Man.
I want to be a professional dancer.
Dancer.
Dance teacher.
Ballerina.
Professional soccer player. I have a shirt on right now that's for Barcelona.
Soccer player.
Basketball player.
Basketball, football, or soccer player. Or baseball. I can never choose. I do not know.
I'm still working on that.
So, do you know? Have you made up your mind yet? You know, when I was that young, I knew that I wanted to be a teacher. It's fantastic that dreams actually come true, isn't it? But teacher is not the only job in the world, and I would like to go through some of them. So, let's do it together. She teaches English. What is her job? Exactly, she is an English teacher. He works in a hospital. He helps doctors. What's his job? Right you are, he is a nurse. She helps sick animals. What is her job? She is a vet. He works in a restaurant. He makes food. What is his job? Well, he is a cook or a chef. She types letters. What is her job? She is a secretary. He regulates the traffic. What's his job? He is a police officer. She serves food in a restaurant. What's her job? She is a waitress. He stops fires from burning. What is his job? He is a firefighter. She takes pictures. What is her job? She is a photographer. Rooney plays football or soccer. What is his job? He is a footballer or soccer player. And now you will need to concentrate. I want you to describe a job. Let's take a teacher. How would you explain what teacher does? Maybe something like this person teaches at school or explains something to children? Okay, let's make it more complicated. I think you're ready for that. So, try to describe this job without using these words. Pet, ill, or help. You will have 10 seconds. Good. You see, that wasn't as difficult as it seemed at first. Now, let's do it again. Try to describe this job without using the words catch, arrest, or traffic. You will have 10 seconds. Good. Now, one more thing. Try to describe this job without using the words cafe, restaurant, or serve. 10 seconds. Okay, great. Now, I've got another task for you. Look at these words. Can you group them into 2 categories? You have 10 seconds. Take your time. So, I'm sure you did it. There are 4 jobs and 4 words that describe these jobs. Yeah? We've got pilot, shop assistant, waiter, hairdresser, and difficult, easy, dangerous, and important. Now you have 16 words, and I want you to divide them into 4 categories. Take your time. And you can see that there are 4 jobs again: pilot, firefighter, police officer, and waiter. There are 4 verbs that are used to describe the career: apply, hire, promote, and fire. There are 4 adjectives that can be used to describe the jobs: well paid, easy, difficult, and rewarding. And there are 4 spheres or industries where people can work in. Perfect. Now I want you to take your phones or tablets. Get ready to work on your own. So, you can use this address or scan the code. You will have a similar task. There are 16 words. You have to think of 4 categories they fall into. If you click on 4 words, they will move, if you're right, of course. So, you can practice on your own. If you can, pause the video, please, and then come back. Welcome back. How was it? Did you win? Do you know all the words that you came across? I hope you did, but in case you don't, please look them up. I wonder what you imagine when you see this phrase, the sweetest job. Maybe sweets, candies. So, we are going to listen to an extract about this sweetest job. I want you to write 3-5 words, maybe a sentence, that will help us to understand what kind of job is that. Ready? Let's do it.
Dream jobs. Have you ever imagined the perfect job? What would you choose? Here are 3 that would be on our list. The sweetest job.
Swizzles is a company in Britain that makes sweets. The sweets are made in the company's factory near Manchester in the north of England, and they're eaten by kids all over the country. Harry Wilshire is one of the company's employees, but he's only 12 years old. His job is probably the best job in the factory. He's the company's official sweet tester. When a new sweet is invented, it's made in a special department in the factory, all very secret. Then the new sweet is sent to Harry's house for him to test. He eats it, writes a report about it, and sends his report to the factory. And then a decision is made about whether to make the sweet or not. Is Harry paid for the job? Well, no, he isn't paid because he's too young to work for money. But he gets free sweets. Harry says, "When I started the job, I felt like I was in the book Charlie and the Chocolate Factory." Harry has got a special uniform and business cards. He's got a really sweet job, you might say.
So, did you pay attention to the same words as I did? I heard something about free sweets, and business cards and a uniform and something about report. Did you hear the same? Well, not bad for the first time. But now we are going to listen to the same text for the second time. Your task will be to decide if the sentence is correct or incorrect. So, we've got 3 sentences. Children all over Britain eat Swizzle sweets. All the sweets that Harry tests are good, and Harry tests the sweets at the factory. So, let's listen again, and your task is, to decide if the sentence is correct or incorrect. Let's do it again.
Dream jobs. Have you ever imagined the perfect job? What would you choose? Here are 3 that would be on our list. The sweetest job.
Swizzles is a company in Britain that makes sweets. The sweets are made in the company's factory near Manchester in the north of England, and they're eaten by kids all over the country. Harry Wilshire is one of the company's employees, but he's only 12 years old. His job is probably the best job in the factory. He's the company's official sweet tester. When a new sweet is invented, it's made in a special department in the factory, all very secret. Then the new sweet is sent to Harry's house for him to test. He eats it, writes a report about it, and sends his report to the factory. And then a decision is made about whether to make the sweet or not. Is Harry paid for the job? Well, no, he isn't paid because he's too young to work for money. But he gets free sweets. Harry says, "When I started the job, I felt like I was in the book Charlie and the Chocolate Factory." Harry has got a special uniform and business cards. He's got a really sweet job, you might say.
Okay, so how did it go? I'm sure you know by now that children all over Britain eat Swizzle sweets. Do you agree? Good. All the sweets that Harry tests are good. Is it true or false? Well, it's false, because his job is to test them. Harry tests the sweets at the factory. It is false, because he works from home, lucky him. Now you will need your gadgets again, because I've got a text not only about the sweetest job, but also about 3 amazing jobs, and I want you to learn about them. So, scan the code or just use the address, pause the video, and go through the task. Welcome back. How did it go? Was it easy or difficult? Now we're going to listen to the text again because we are going into more detail. So, I've got some sentences from the text and your task is to fill in the gaps. Ready? So let's listen and fill in the gaps.
Dream jobs. Have you ever imagined the perfect job? What would you choose? Here are 3 that would be on our list. The sweetest job.
Swizzles is a company in Britain that makes sweets. The sweets are made in the company's factory near Manchester in the north of England, and they're eaten by kids all over the country. Harry Wilshire is one of the company's employees, but he's only 12 years old. His job is probably the best job in the factory. He's the company's official sweet tester. When a new sweet is invented, it's made in a special department in the factory, all very secret. Then the new sweet is sent to Harry's house for him to test. He eats it, writes a report about it, and sends his report to the factory. And then a decision is made about whether to make the sweet or not. Is Harry paid for the job? Well, no, he isn't paid because he's too young to work for money. But he gets free sweets. Harry says, "When I started the job, I felt like I was in the book Charlie and the Chocolate Factory." Harry has got a special uniform and business cards. He's got a really sweet job, you might say.
Desert Island blogger.
Would you like to look after an island in the Pacific Ocean? Almost 35,000 people applied for the job, but Ben Southall got it. How was the winner chosen? Well, after Ben showed that he was good at blogging and swimming, there was an interview. He was asked lots of questions to see if he had the right kind of personality for the job. And he did. So, what did Ben have to do in this job? It was hard work. He had to live on his own in a 3-bedroom villa with a swimming pool on Hamilton Island and spend every day swimming, exploring and relaxing. Then he had to write a blog to promote the area. Ben was paid $111,000 for 6 months' work. The people he worked for liked his work very much. After he finished on Hamilton Island, he became tourism ambassador for the state of Queensland, Australia.
Sleeping on the job.
Usually, sleeping on the job is a big problem for an employee. If you fall asleep, you'll be fired. But Rasheen Madigan from Birmingham, UK, was paid to sleep on the job. She tested luxury beds. Rasheen was paid £1,000 to sleep in designer beds every day for a month. A company that makes beds for luxury hotels wanted to know more about what makes a good night's sleep. Rasheen was selected to spend up to 8 hours a day in a bed and then write about it. Over 600 people applied for the job, but they weren't chosen, of course. It was only Rasheen who got to sleep on the job.
So, I'm sure you have filled in the gaps, and now let's compare our answers. So, the sweets are made in the company's factory. Is Harry paid for the job? No, he isn't paid because he's too young. How was the winner chosen? He was asked lots of questions. Over 600 people applied for the job, but they weren't chosen, of course. So, what do these sentences have in common? Do sweets make anything? Does Harry pay anything? Or did the winner choose anything? So, when we don't know who does the action, when we don't want to say who does it, or maybe we are just not interested in that, we use the passive voice. For example, he was asked lots of questions. It's only the fact that matters, not the person who asked those questions. So, this is how it's formed. We use stop. So, this is how it's formed. For the statement, we say, the sweets are made in the company's factory. You have heard this sentence in the text. For negative form, we say, no, he isn't paid because he's too young. And for the question, we ask, is Harry paid for the job? To make it simple, we can use this formula. We take be, and we remember its forms, right? And the third form of the verb, or past participle. Let's say, for example, we need a regular verb, talk. So we will use talked. Or we need irregular verb, do. So we will need the chart, the table of irregular verbs that you like so much. And we will have the form done, of course. So, let's practice that a little bit. So, every year, hundreds of films. What should be done here? What can we put here? Yes, every year, hundreds of films are made in Hollywood. It was interesting work, but she wasn't paid very much money. Tigers aren't found in Africa. This novel, we can say, was written 100 years ago or wasn't written. Lots of new websites are designed especially for small children, and we can ask the question, when was the Mona Lisa painted? Right you are. So, let's explore it further. The same formula works in all the tenses. We can say, English is spoken all over the world. Very familiar sentence, is it? The windows have been cleaned. You can see still the form of our verb be. Lunch is being served. The work will be finished soon. Let's practice it more. So, we've got 4 sentences and we can change them from the form that is very familiar to you. For example, he's opening the door. We can make it passive. Can we? So, what will we say? The door is being opened by him. Or, we set the table. The table was set. Somebody has lost the letter. Instead, we can say, the letter has been lost. Or the bill will include service. Service will be included in the bill. Good job. Now you will need your gadgets again. So please use the address or scan the code, follow the link, and complete the task. You will have a chance to practice it on your own. When you're done, just come back. Welcome back. How was it? Good? I'm sure it was good. But I've got another question to you. Can you think of 3 things that have been done today? Well, I think that actually a few sandwiches have been eaten by you, right? Maybe, just maybe, a few books have been opened. And certainly a few YouTube videos have been watched. Am I right? But have you ever had an idea of having a part-time job, doing something else with your free time? I suggest watching a video about American teenagers who mostly have part-time jobs, and maybe you will find something for yourself.
Many teenagers in the United States work in their free time, on weekends, or during the summer holidays. They work as waiters, waitresses, dog walkers, babysitters, car cleaners, pizza delivery boys, or gardeners. In the U.S., 14 and 15-year-old teens can work only 3 hours a day and 18 hours a week during the school year. And they cannot work after 7 p.m. During the holidays, they can work 8 hours a day and 40 hours a week. If you want to work in the U.S., you can look for some ads on bulletin boards, like this one. Bulletin board. Jobs wanted.
I'm a car cleaner. I'm free from 5 to 7 p.m. Please call Rob Clark. Phone 508-428-1124. Rob, 14.
I'm a dog walker. Please call Janet Taylor. Phone 508-518-0446. Email jtrxx@teenmail.com. Janet, 14.
Earn some pocket money.
Are you a babysitter? We offer you $10 an hour. Mr. and Mrs. Young. Email youngyoung@teenmail.com.
My garden is ugly. Are you a gardener? Call Mrs. Green. Phone 519-9058.
So is there anything you could do? As for me, I think I would be great at walking dogs, especially now. But now I want you to take your gadgets, to use this address or scan the code, whatever you prefer, and work with the video once again. I've got a few questions to you about it. Let's go into more detail. When you're ready, just come back. Welcome back. How was it? I'm sure you coped with the quiz, didn't you? So, I want you now to think about our today's lessons. I want you now to think about our today's lesson. How was it? What have you learned? So, if you had some difficulties with the words, I'm sure you will like the next link, the following link. So, if you think that you had some difficulties with the words, follow this link and practice them. If you have some questions about today's grammar, please follow the next link and work with that. You have an opportunity to work on your own if you feel that you are not confident about the grammar. So, thank you for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. See you next time.
Сподіваюся, вам було цікаво. Не закидайте навчання. Карантин не назавжди. І все обов'язково буде добре. Побачимось на наступному уроці.